Welcome to RAThbun's YouTube channel. Hey, I want you guys just to pretend like you're one of my friends, if you're not already. I want you to sit down here with me with a cup of coffee, take maybe 10 minutes out of your morning, and check out this video coming up. Because I'm going to do some reviews on different things, and I think you're going to like this next little item. And I'll tell you the truth about it. I will check it out, and if I don't like it, I'll always add something to the comments in the videos. So, hope you enjoy this next video and learn a little bit, my friend. Hey, well, I'm guessing you already got your copy. So give me 10 minutes here or a little more. I want to show you this part. We're testing out this thing today too. We're going to record this with two microphones, the one on the phone and that one right there. This is the one I just bought. It's a Zoom H1, and you can see how it's working. It is, I got it set on auto, so it's supposed to be doing its own thing. But this is what I want to show you today. If we can get her opened with one hand. No, I couldn't. I had to put it down long enough to get my knife out. Okay, here's what it is. These are called jumpers. Some people call them fuse jumpers, all kinds of things. I'll put the name of it here, what they really call it. They call it a add-a-circuit fuse tap adapter. So some people call it a tap. Well, what this is when you're going to hook this lights in or anything on your auxiliary plug-ins, you want to have it fused. And instead of going under the dash and digging for wires and trying to splice in, you just take this and stick it into the fuse box, which I'm going to show you as soon as we get done talking about it. And you plug it in, and then you splice your wire in to whatever you're running. Like in my case, I'm running a very low wattage. You don't pull very much wattage, the relay switch. This will run the relay switch, so it ain't ever going to get hot enough to burn that. But anyway, it'll have a fuse in it. You see right here. You see you got the upper and the lower. That's for if you're plugging this into a place that already has a fuse in it, you pull that fuse out, stick this in, and then you put the fuse in the bottom one there. You see that right? Well, you know, you can see it right there. There's the bottom one. You're going to stick the bottom one, your original fuse in there, and then you'll put your new fuse in right there, okay? So that's how that works. Now, if you're putting it in a circuit that doesn't have a fuse in it, you don't use the bottom one at all, because you don't want juice going through that. Because it don't have one in it, don't put one in it. So we're going to put a fuse in here, and then I'm going to show you on the board, your fuse board on my Jeep, where to put this. So stay tuned for that. These weren't very much money considering the hassle you have to go through to hook up anything under the dash. I think it's going to be very useful. So anyway, I'm going to pause all this, and then we're going to walk over here to the fuse, and I'll show you how to put it in. Fuse, what do you call it? Fuse box, yeah, fuse box. Yeah, this is what we're talking about today. Let's start off with this fuse box. It's a 2013 Jeep Sport Wrangler. How you get this open is you just pull it like that, and that opens it up. Then you can look in here and you get to your fuses. But to make things handier and easier for me, we're going to pull the top off. You see them little peg there and a little peg here? You just lift straight up and off it comes. As you can see, I have white grease already on there. Always put white grease on my connections. Makes things easier. You see how that, when you try to take that off, you're going to see why you want to put grease on it. But you don't take that off so you can look at this. And you can read where every fuse is, what it does, and everything right here in the lid. Well, I got it upside down, probably. Yeah.
Anyway, right there. That'll tell you everything where all the fuses are. You can go on, if you can't read that, which is hard to do, you can go online and pull that up, paper, and it'll tell you all about that by just putting in what you need and doing a Google search. What we're looking for now is a fuse. I got this one laying in here because that's where I keep this one, because I use it for wherever this right here, if you can see it. Maybe you can't. Let's turn it just a little bit, and you can. It's right here. This one don't have a fuse in it because it's going to, this one hooks up to my RV. If the battery ever went down on this, I can hook that up to the RV while I'm going down the road and it'll charge this battery. That's all that's for. Now let's get back to this. So I keep an extra fuse right there. What we're looking for in here is a fuse placement to put your new fuse in for your your lights, whatever you want to put in there. Your auxiliary plug. You want to have a fuse in your plug, and you want to have, in this case, I'm looking for a switched one. I already used a hot one. I got the hot one right there. You've seen that one. I got another one over there too. I got the hot going for my relay. What I'm looking for here is something I can hook up my other little thing I just showed you. It's going to go into here somewhere. Now, you can piggyback it off of one of these if they're all full, which mine is not full because it's a sport. They don't come with heated seats and a lot of the other fancy stuff. It's a sport. So what you do is you take your little ohm tester or volt tester or whatever you want to call it, this thing, and you want to turn it on to the V with the dots and the line. That means that's 12 volt. You're looking for 12 volt. Now what we're going to do is, let's see if we can set this right here where you can still see. I'll set it right there. Maybe you can still see it. Now then we're going to take the black side, which is your ground, and we're just going to hook this up to the ground on the battery right here. It clips on. Clip it on there. Now then, we got the pointy part, which this one comes with clips and points, whichever you need. Now then, I'm going to test it by hitting it over here on the positive side of the battery. 12.27. Okay, that's what we got. Now then, don't jam this down in there. Whatever you do, don't jam it in there. You will ruin your board, and then you're going to have nightmares. So you take it and you touch it lightly, because you can just touch it. You don't have to jam it. Touch it right there. Got nothing. Touch it right there. Got really nothing. And so you do that. Now some of these are going to be hot. Let's see if I'd find me a hot one. There, that one's hot with the key off. You don't want that one. That is not a keyed switch. That is just a hot lead all time. So what you want to do is you want to test this and find one like this one. Let's just do, we got all these, dude. We got that one, nothing there, nothing there. So I'm going to turn the key on, and then we're going to check, then we'll turn the key off. Okay, the ignition key is on in run position. Now then, that one's still going to be hot. See, it's still hot. But we don't care. We know that one's wrong. Let's find one. That one there is, see, nothing there really. Not on that post. And I'm just touching it. I ain't jamming it. I'm barely touching it, see? That's all you got to do. Don't jam that in there. Let's try the other side. Yeah, ain't nothing there really either. So let's try this one. Nothing on that side. Just touching it. And on that side, what do we got on this side? Oh, look! We got 12 volts. So we know that one is probably switched. So let's leave that on the 12 volts. If I can just get it to stay there. Just sit. That's all it's got to do is just sit there. I don't think it'll sit. Sit, boo-boo. It ain't gonna hold. But we're gonna come back and then I'll touch it again and see if it, because I could jam it in there, but no. Okay, I've turned the ignition off. So this should not be getting any 12 volt system. And it ain't. So, we know that that one is going to work. That's a keyed on mine. Yours may be different. That one is ignition. When you turn your key on and it's in a run position, that will be the one you want to plug into. You're going to piggyback off of that one. So, you can also go over here now and you look in your little chart here, find it. That one is, man, that's hard to see. There it is. That fuse there is for mine. It's this one here. So you go over here and you look up here and it is a M14. And I checked out M14 down here and it's heated seats. Heated rear seats or heated front seat. You can do either one. 19 is heated front or back, depending on your car. But the thing is, I don't have it. So we're going to piggyback on that right there. And I'm going to show you how to use the piggyback fuse deal. But while I'm showing you this, now we got to bring that wire out of here also. And you can see that this has a seal around it. That means it's watertight. Well, I can't leave it watertight and get something out of there, I don't think. So what I'm going to do is I might try to run it right out through here. See there? There's an opening. All I got to do is groove me a little groove here and try to drop that wire down through there. We'll try that. I think that'll work. And then it would still, yeah, we'll figure something out. If I got to drill a hole in it, I don't want to do that. I think I'll drill a hole right here and bring it right out through here. And then bring that wire out, the pigtail jumper cable, and bring it out through here so I can seal this down nice and tight. That way I don't have to break this seal at all. I mean, it's still going to be able to leak water in there. If I go in a river and I get water all the way up to here, I ain't going to worry about it because it's going to be in the motor. All right, now then, let me show you, go get the pigtail and show you how that's going to work. Hey, okay, battery went dead. We had to come back and do this, start over. But we got all the stuff out here now. What I want to do is show you this. The jumper that I was telling you about is right there. I got the fuse in it. She's good to go. One thing you want to make sure is this leg has the power to it. So the power comes up and then goes through there and then out that way. Now, this don't have this bottom one because I found one that don't have a fuse in it already. If I use one with a fuse, then you'd have to have that there and you plug it in. So we found this one, and that's the one we're going to use right there. Get my hand out of the way, right there. But how are we going to get this out? Well, what I did, because this is all set up, while I was waiting for the battery, I took the Dremel tool. They don't show you this. They just show you how to put a jumper in there and you're supposed to go magically pull it through somewhere. Well, I took the Dremel, got a little bitty head on it. I went into this hot post here and you put a little groove in it. So that'll lay down in there like that. Now I can put some silicone in there and once I get it all done, leave me a lot of slack here, but put silicone in there and that'll keep it tight. You know, we talked about the seal on this thing. So what I'm going to do now is I got my trigger wire right here, which is going to trigger my relay. I'm going to put that right on there. We're going to cinch that down good and tight. That's a butt connector. So we got my butt connected. All right. Put that over there. Now then, we're just going to take this. Make sure it's in there good. We don't need the fuse down there once again because there's no fuse there. And what I've done is I tested this one. I found out that this one is the hot one. That's 12 volt. Once you turn on the switch, that turns into 12 volt. And that's what I needed on this leg. So that's good to go. Use my little tester over here again. This one. And we tested it out, and it's proper. So I'm going to just push that down in there, and we got a connection. That's good. That's done. Now then, we just got to run this wire through here, and then out and over to that side of the rig. So that's what I got to do is loop that through there, and then we'll put some, I'm going to put a little bit of silicone on that. That'll be fine. I want to make sure I leave enough room to get to all the fuses in there that I need to. And then we'll put the silicone on there. I'll show you that in just a minute. Now all I got to do is run this over to there and plug it into, it will be switching all of my switches that I put in the dash earlier. And that's how I'll turn on the lights, off and on. Got lights. And this is pulling very, very little voltage. I don't remember the voltage, but it's very little. You don't have to worry about it popping any of the fuses because of that. But if you do get a short in it, pop. And you want to make sure when you do this one. All right, we got the other one. Okay, when you do this, if you've already got a fuse down here and it's a 15, don't put a 30 amp up here. Put one less, the same, equal, or less. Okay? Same or less in the one, in your new pigtail you're jumping on there, your, whatever they call it, whatever, you know. Anyway, make sure the top one is less, the same, or less than the bottom one, if you already got a fuse in there. Why? Don't ask me. Just do it, okay? That's all you got to do. All right, I'm going to hook all this up. All right, let's summarize this. We got the silicone in there. I'm going to let that dry before I shut that, or I'll never get that open again. You know how that's going to work. So we got the wire running down through here and around nice and safely under there. Then it comes up here, runs back behind this plastic guard, up here, and joins in with the hot wire here that really feeds everything. The white wire is just a trigger. It runs up, runs across the dash, and comes over to here. Now then, it splices in right here, and then I put tape on it. It's also connected there. But it goes down underneath the dash, along with this power wire does not go under the dash. It's a power wire. It goes over here and feeds your relay. And let's see, that one right there, the yellow one, that one to me, for me, because I did my own wiring, means that's coming from under the dash. This is going under the dash and feeding all three of them switches. They're all on a switched switch. So you turn on the key, you can turn this on, turn the light on, then you got lights. If the key's on, you turn the key off, the light goes off, so you don't run the battery down accidentally. But, so that's how that works, and that's why it works that way. And then, because the relay, we're done. We got the other two wires. We're only using one switch at this time because we're going to get more lights. Like this stays under here all the time. That hooks up to a 12-volt battery. When we get the driving lights, we got a switch for that. And when we get for the lights for the top of the rig, we got a switch for that. So we're all switch ready. All we got to do is wait for this dry. I'm going to give that 24 hours. I ain't going nowhere. And that's it. That's how you hooked up how I hooked up the switch wires on the lights that I didn't show you earlier.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. Maybe even drop me a comment. I do read all the comments you put on here. It will help my channel greatly.
I have depression. depression, anxiety disorder, and I'm confused about what gender I am. But you should definitely listen to me about how to fix this country.